Welcome to your course tour of Environmental Science. This text was created from the ground up for the AP Environmental Science course by authors who know this course. Andy Friedland and Rick Relia are longtime AP Environmental Science leaders. Andy regularly teaches introductory environmental science and energy courses at Dartmouth and was a member of the AP Environmental Science Development Committee. Rick is recognized throughout the world for his work in the fields of ecology, evolution, animal behavior, and ecotoxicology. They are passionate about high school education. With Andy and Rick, our hope is to partner with you to provide the tools to boost students' science skills and increase AP test scores. The goal of today's session is to prepare you for using your new AP Environmental Science textbook. We will do a quick review of the Environmental Science course with an in-depth review of the Student and Teacher Edition textbooks and conclude with an examination of the teacher resources and add-ons to make sure you have a full understanding of the program. Before we get started, let's review the materials you have received with your order. If you have ordered at least a class set, you should have received the Teacher's Edition, an ExamView test bank, and the Teacher's Resource Materials. You may have received your test bank and/or teacher resource materials on a flash drive or via a downloadable URL. Please note that some components, such as Sapling Plus or Strive for 5 guides, are not automatically added to your adoption. These components require additional purchase. If there is anything you have not received, please contact your local sales representative. Every teacher also has access to our Classroom Compass site. This site provides an opportunity for additional training, information, and resources. At BFW, we love to hear about all the different ways you use our book in your classroom. Please pause this video and write down the URL to review more videos, as well as join our discussion boards to share ideas and strategies with your colleagues and the textbook teams. Let's start with a quick review of the AP courses and exams. If you have not looked at AP Central recently, please be sure to do so. AP Central is your best source for course information, including the course and exam descriptions, also known as the CEDs, additional teacher materials, and audit or syllabus information. With the newly released Fall 2019 course framework, the AP Environmental Science course has changed, and AP Environmental Science 3E was revised to fit this new curriculum. BFW stays abreast of any course changes, so if you have any questions about possible or future changes to the course since this video was recorded in June 2019, please reach out to your rep or contact us at hsmarketing@bfwpub.com. If you have not downloaded the most recent versions of the new CEDs, please do so immediately after this video ends. The CEDs are your guides to the AP courses and should be your first reference for all content information. Now that we've briefly reviewed the course information, we'll take a quick look at the Student Edition. If you're not familiar with the Environmental Science book, you might be wondering, what are these modules? Your new textbook is organized by modules, not chapters. Modules are smaller chunks of information that are designed to be taught in 1 to 2 class periods based on a standard 45 to 50-minute class period and can help you more easily organize and plan your course. If you haven't used a modular book before, you are in for quite a treat. The modular organization also adds more opportunities for AP-style questions and exercises, which we will touch on later. Please make note of an incredibly helpful feature found in the book's preface on page XBIII. We create this visual walkthrough for the students, but also for you. It's something that you can refer back to time and again as you get acquainted with the text. Now let's look at the features of your Student Edition. We'll start with the chapter structure. We purposefully created this structure to help students master the material. An intriguing case study begins each chapter and asks students to think about the environmental challenges and trade-offs that are introduced. The subjects of these studies often will spark spirited class discussion. A list of key learning goals is present at the beginning of the module to help keep students focused. Each section of the module presents material related to a single learning goal. Key terms are set in bold type in the text and defined at the bottom of the page on which they are introduced. Key terms are also defined in the glossary at the end of the book. Math practice is key to success in the AP Environmental Science course and on the exam. With that, we have integrated the essential practice needed throughout our Student Edition to ensure the necessary math skills are developed. These features include Do the Math, followed by a Your Turn practice problem, as well as the Practice Math and Graphing feature at the end of each chapter. Do the Math boxes highlight and teach the needed math skill, while the Your Turn feature within it provides a practice problem to immediately review the math skills introduced. There is also a math review on the back inside cover of the text. Practice Math and Graphing gives students an opportunity to work on data analysis skills with similar problems found on the AP Environmental Science exam. Next, let's look at how the text helps students analyze and interpret visual representations and data. To understand environmental science and succeed on the exam, students must develop the ability to read and interpret a variety of tables, graphs, and charts. This text presents data in a variety of formats with careful, well-paced explanations. The photos and illustrations in this book have been carefully chosen and developed to help students comprehend and remember key ideas. Working with carefully chosen tables, graphs, and charts will help students read and interpret data presented in a variety of formats. Module and chapter reviews provide ample opportunities to review and solidify knowledge. Review sections at the end of each module help students check their understanding before moving on to the next module. Each module ends with multiple choice questions that provide practice for success on the AP exam. Also, to help students review for the AP exam and leading us to our next section, you will see AP exam tips throughout. One of the things that makes this text exceptional is its abundance of top quality AP practice. The AP Environmental Science Practice Exam appearing at the end of each chapter can be used for in-class assessment or homework. The practice exams familiarize students with AP-style multiple choice and free response questions all year. Many of the questions require analysis of data or visual material. At the end of each unit, there is a unit AP Environmental Science Practice Exam containing 20 to 25 multiple choice questions and 2 to 3 free response questions. There are also 2 cumulative AP Environmental Science Practice Exams at the end of the book that match the actual AP Environmental Science AP exam in length and scope. These exams give students a chance to review material across multiple chapters and to practice AP test-taking skills. The Working Towards Sustainability feature, located at the end of each chapter, describes people and organizations that are making a difference. The feature includes critical thinking questions that give students a chance to hone their critical thinking and writing skills. At the end of each unit, the Science Applied feature offers an opportunity to read about how skills the science students are learning are used to make decisions about environmental issues. Science Applied essays include a practice free response question related to the topic in the article and concepts presented in the previous unit. And finally, although the AP exam is in English, if you have ELL students whose primary language is Spanish, the glossary/glossario will prove very helpful for those students. The side-by-side definitions help them translate the terms so they can better master the content. This concludes our review of the student edition, but remember to go back to the overview and the preface to review the features as needed. Now let's discuss the teacher's edition. This edition was written with you in mind by Elizabeth Jones and Eliza McCracken. Just like the overview from the student edition, this overview in the teacher's edition is the place to start to get acquainted with your text. The first essential stop for all teachers will be the APES primer. If you are new to the APES course, this primer is a must-read, but even experienced teachers can pick up a tip or two. These pages offer tried and true advice from planning and delivering your course to reviewing and practicing for the exam, and even what to do after the exam and how to recruit for next year. Be sure to set aside time to read this carefully. Before every chapter, you will find the tan interleaf pages, which serve as chapter introductions for the teacher. They include a variety of important teaching tools to help you plan your lessons and other coursework. These include module overviews, pacing guides, a chart of relevant FRQs, and more. You will also find the list of all chapter teachers' resource materials that are available for download from the Teacher Resource Flash Drive or URL. Now let's look at all the essential content that you'll find in the margins of the Teacher's Edition. Teaching tips appear throughout the sections to offer advice, clarification, and insights into the concepts presented, to make suggestions for presenting material in the most effective way, and to suggest ways to differentiate lessons for students with different abilities. Take a moment to review the many teacher tip examples highlighted in the image shown. These include tips for review, discussion starters, engaging the classroom, research projects, and suggestions for writing. Science practices are identified at point of use in the margin material. Others include ideas for demonstrations, how to integrate data analysis, how to discuss complex issues in class, and of course additional AP practice. Like the student edition, the teacher's edition provides further content for the teacher to make sure their students are taking away the critical math skills needed for the exam and additional opportunities for AP environmental science labs. More math practice provides additional math problems add-ons related to the Do the Math boxes and other chapter concepts that involve mathematical or graphical manipulation. Labs contain additional activities for you to perform with your class. Now let's look at how the Teacher's Edition allows you to explore AP Environmental Science beyond the classroom. At the end of each unit, Science Applied presents a concept application of a current issue in environmental science related to chapter topics, as well as provides extra FRQ practice. The Teacher's Edition will also include the needed answer keys for your instruction. Answers to the module AP review questions, working towards sustainability critical thinking questions, and chapter AP practice exams are placed beside the questions. Answers for free response questions continue in the answer appendix. This concludes the overview of the Teacher's Edition. Remember to go to page TE-IV of the preface anytime for a reminder of the tips available to you, as well as to read the AP Environmental Science Primer. Now let's discuss your teacher's resources. You may receive these resources on a flash drive that looks like a credit card or via a link and password for download provided by your BFW sales representative. You may also receive the resources in our Sapling Plus platform, but we will discuss that later. For now, let's review the material available in the Teacher's Resources. These resources were created to work hand in hand with your Teacher's Edition. There is an abundance of resources for you to use in helping prepare for, teach, and review with your AP Environmental Science class. Here, we've highlighted just some of the essential things you'll find. The Teacher Resource Flash Drive, or URL, contains many different types of resources, including the Do the Math videos and a professional development, or PD, video for each chapter. In addition to the chapter prep included in the Teacher's Edition, we recommend watching each of these PD videos. If you purchase additional resources such as the Strive for a 5 Study and Prep Guide or the Sapling Plus digital platform, we will review those now. If you did not purchase add-ons, you can fast forward to the end of the video. Strive for a 5 Study and Prep Guides were written to work hand in glove with the text. It is intended to help you assess student knowledge of the material covered in the textbook, to reinforce the key concepts, and to prepare them to take the AP Environmental Science exam. Created and supported by educators, Sapling Plus online homework and ebook program includes all of the resources you and your students need in one convenient place. The interactive mobile-ready ebook allows you both to read and reference the text when you are working online, or to download it to read when an internet connection is not available. Our ebook is powered by VitalSource, so whether you choose Sapling Plus or our standalone VitalSource option, your ebook features are consistent. Hundreds of online homework questions allow students to do their homework efficiently. The program offers hints and guidance for every answer choice to help students learn even when the answer they select is wrong. Learning Curve Adaptive Quizzing offers individualized question sets and feedback in a low-stakes environment. You can assign the quizzes, or students can test themselves for extra practice on areas of confusion. Sapling Plus includes these features and so much more. To get the most out of your Sapling Plus program, please schedule a live training with our digital specialist at go.oncehub.com/highschool. This concludes our professional development in service. If you have any questions about the products discussed in this video, please email your BFW sales representative. If you have any questions about professional development or this video, please email us at highschoolpd@bfwpub.com. Thank you.